Right.
So we're starting from the business page. And then Heather, you make sure ask any questions and stop me at
So
any point.
I think I created mine from the group.
Okay. So yes, so make sure you do it from your business page.
Okay.
And then that also makes it better because you can share it out anywhere from there as well. You'll share it to your page from your business page. So that's the big key that will make it super helpful. In the group, when you create an event, those are good for if you're doing like a free webinar or something like that.
Okay, I got it. Okay. So that's basically why I didn't see what we talked about.
Probably, yeah, so that we can add the pricing. So from the business page, you'll go to the events and then create a new event. And I think everyone is going to be doing online. If there's multiple components, that's where you really want to select the class. And that can be confusing, right? Because it's like, what's the difference between general and class? And it doesn't have to be the live and interactive classes, but it can be. So we're going to select class, and then most of us are going to be having multiple sessions or multiple things, components. So we're going to select course of sessions.
Okay.
Then that paid option comes available. And so I'm just going to make up, so let's say yoga for healthy hips. I'm going with things I've done before. And then it'll ask for the price. Enter the max amount is $99.99. You can always select early bird pricing. Since it's online, I recommend don't putting a limited capacity unless, you know, for some reason you specifically wanted to. But do the max price, which is $99.99. Talk about your class again. Yeah, like we mentioned, you can edit this. So generally, I do this every single time, even when I think I have the wording down perfect. I go back to my event like the next day and I'm like, you know what? That wouldn't make me sign up. Let me add some more to it. So I keep perfecting it probably for the 2 or 3 days after I create it. So I'm just going to put creating healthy hips through therapeutic yoga practice. I love word correct. Again, that required experience, if it's fitness related, this is where I just tell my fitness people to put a disclaimer. So, you know, doctor approval. If you have had, have had surgery or previous conditions. And most of us that are in the fitness world, we know we've made some kind of disclaimer at the beginning of a class we've taught in person. It's just going to be that kind of verbiage. You could do an interactive room if you want to do it live. I don't recommend that just for the fact that you might not be able to record it. And whatever we do live, we're going to make sure that we can record it because we would want to put it into a package. So other ways, you could use your own link. You could share instructions later. If you don't have the link yet for your Zoom, your YouTube channel, whatever it might be, the best bet is going to say share instructions later. And then this is where you can add your classes. Again, you can come back and edit these, you know, today, tomorrow, whenever. So we might do session 1. The big thing is go ahead and set the dates and the time. Again, you can edit the dates and time, but hopefully by this point, we at least know when we're going to be delivering it. Now, with you, Heather, you're going to be recording them ahead of time. So this is just going to be when you're releasing them. So you can choose to release them however you want. You can release them, 1, 2, 3 days in a row. You could do every other day. Again, this kind of goes back to your target market. If you have an audience who, for back health, and they're doing yoga every day, they might want their sessions right back to back. Versus, I know there's another person in the group where they're talking about self-confidence. They might want to do that every other day. So just depends on what you personally want yourself. Since I'm scheduling this out and I'm very pregnant, so I don't want people to get confused at what I'm doing. So I'm going to put some other things. More info coming soon. So this is something you could do if you're still creating. And this can be strengthening glutes. By all means, anytime I put any yoga training in, you all can always use whatever I do. Like I have a million yoga and fitness ideas from teaching for like 13 years. So let's see, relaxing the piriformis. I'm going to spell this wrong. Soon. And generally I recommend, again, those 3 sessions whenever we do a package.
Yeah, I got it. What I was doing is I created it in the wrong spot. Okay. This helps.
Yeah. And then this was the fun part, just as I'm recording this too, like it's going to create your little chat. And so just a reminder, like this chat is a very beautiful new feature that has just come out on Facebook. It is really nice. So anybody that RSVPs is coming into your chat.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so you don't actually have to like make one. And it's automatically putting them in there for you too. Because before it was like every time someone would say they were interested, I'd go get their name, put them in the chat, welcome them in. So like it's doing it all for you. So it's like you get your own little assistant.
Did you write that somewhere? Where did you write that little brief piece? I'm your instructor for healthy.
It automatically does that for you.
Okay. So whatever the name of it, of your,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's where, what it's doing is the name of your event and it's creating that group chat. I think that's specifically with this new class feature, which I don't know if everyone has taken advantage of yet with other classes. It's pretty new and I just came across it when I was doing my last webinar and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I had several friends that they do these things all the time and they were completely unaware of this new feature. So it's really, really handy. You have the invite button. I do recommend start inviting people to it. And these are going to be people that love yoga. Even if you don't think they might come, just them selecting interested is going to show up on their feed. And so they might have friends that then are interested in your event.
Do we still want to price it at that? I mean, start out that high?
Mm-hmm. So you can edit and Facebook will start sending you some features or some notifications. And here it is. So when you go back in, it's going to give you the early bird. I don't know why it's not doing it right now. When I do this on my phone, sometimes it's a little bit different too, but there is that early bird feature that it should have given us. I don't know why it didn't that time. I know that's a bad example, but generally this early bird, so it is there, that early bird feature will come up and you can knock it down. If you don't want to do the early bird feature and you want to just set the price at whatever, that is perfectly fine too. whatever price you're thinking, I'm going to encourage you to price it a little bit above that.
Okay.
Just because most of us doubt our own worth. So, if you're like, well, if they were coming in person, I would charge them $15 a class. So, they're getting 3 classes and it's digital. So I'm just going to charge them, maybe 15 or 20.
No, not for
Think a
this.
little higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So think a little higher. Think that they're having access to this forever. So, and again, we want to set ourselves up as the expert. So I really wouldn't recommend going any lower than the $49.99.
No, and I didn't plan on it. I just didn't know if I wanted to go as high as 99. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to put yours in at $49.99, if that feels comfortable for you, by all means do it. I also had another person who she felt completely uncomfortable charging in general. So she's thinking either making it really, really cheap just to get her confidence up, or she's going to be donating the money. So there's all kinds of different tactics. Once this content is created, it's created. So maybe a fundraiser comes up and you do want to, let's say, donate $200 to the Women and Children's Family or family house or whatever. You could sell your thing and say that's your goal. It's still getting publicity for you as well. So all kinds of options once you have this content actually created. Now, again, that edit button's here. The share button is here. You can share to your page. If for some reason you have another page you want to share it to, you can share it to another event. You can share it to your group, or you can just click this and it'll copy it. And then you can paste it wherever. Maybe you want to paste it on your personal page.
Okay. Okay.
And then sometimes it'll ask you, like link to a group. This is where you could link it to your group as well. But generally, if you share it to your group, it'll go ahead and link it.
Because we're making it out of our group though, right?
No, so you're making this event from your business page.
That's right. I got it. Okay.
And then share it to your group.
Okay.
Yep. Like, where's my stop share button?